Hi, welcome to Bipolar Boxing Picks. This is Nick. I'm going to give you my thoughts on Joyce for Zhang going on Saturday, probably around like 5 o'clock Eastern Time here in the States. Fights in London, so it's going to be early here in the United States, which is good because there's a great UFC card on tomorrow as well. Max Holloway against my boy Arnold Allen, future champ, and I'll be doing a video for that as well. But in this fight, I like Joyce to win, obviously, and I think he wins fairly easy. Zhang is kind of a poor man's version of Joyce, in my opinion. But I see Joyce getting it done early. The thing is whether he knocks him out or not. So from a betting perspective, I don't like the -1,000 that he is. That's a 10-1 favorite. That's a little too much wood to lay. And I love laying wood. I love betting big favorites in boxing. It screws me sometimes. Sometimes you take a guy like Tony Oka a couple weeks ago who loses to Carlos Takam, and you get screwed, and he was 12-1 favorite. But in this fight here, these two guys are a lot closer than 10-1 in my opinion. They're really just the 10-1 is all for Joyce, and Joyce is fighting in London too. But Zhang is I just think he's going to survive in this fight, and he's going to put in another good effort. And he put up a good effort in his last fight, and now he gets the Joyce fight. But his best fight of his career, Zhilei Zhang's best fight of his career, came in a loss to Felipe Hergovich. And I think he did lose that fight. A lot of people say he won that fight. I got no problems if you say he won that fight or if you say it was a draw or whatever. And I understand it, but that was definitely his best performance. It was a lot better than the draw he had against Jerry Forrest, you know. But he deserves this fight, and this is win or go home for him. And so I think he's going to put his best foot forward. I just don't think it's going to be enough against Joyce. The reason why I like the over in this fight, the over 10.5 rounds at plus 175, I like a lot actually. And I just think that Joyce is he don't have to make a statement here. He made a statement in his last fight. He knocked out Joseph Parker. There's not many people in the heavyweight division that can say like you have a quality win like a knockout win over Joseph Parker on your resume. That doesn't happen in this weak heavyweight era. That none of the guys in the top 10, top 15 fight each other. I mean, go down to top 15 and tell me how many guys got each other on their resume. They don't. They're all outside of the top 15. So, like, you beat a guy like Joseph Parker, that's all you got to do. The thing that's holding them back is that, the boxing politics nowadays is horrible. So, like, our heavyweight division is all tied up. Nobody knows what the hell Fury's doing, including himself. Usyk's kind of waiting on Fury, but you don't know what he's going to do. And it just holds up the whole division. So these guys aren't taking the risk at fighting each other because they all consider themselves next in line. Deontay Wilder, Andy Ruiz, Joyce, they all consider themselves next in line. Why would they take a risk in fighting each other to get a title shot when they can have one without fighting each other? It makes no sense. It makes a lot of sense for us, the fans, but the boxing politics-wise, it just doesn't. So I understand Joyce taking a fight like this. But this, like I said, this is win or go home for Zhilei Zhang. And I mean, if he loses here with his age, he's never going to get back in a title contention again. If he wins here, he's right in the mix. He is right in the mix with everybody else. And if not, if he doesn't get a title shot from it, he will at least get like a Deontay Wilder. Like Deontay Wilder will probably call out Zhilei Zhang if he wins this fight because everybody will because he's considered to be an easy fight. And maybe if Ruiz or Wilder beats Zhang, it would put them over each other to fight Fury next. If you kind of catch where I'm going with that, but so I just think he's going to try and give his best performance. But I just think Joyce is just going to be too much. He's just going to walk him down with that jab, and Zhilei Zhang's going to pop him a few times. The problem is Zhilei Zhang, he's not going to be able to. If he lands one or two, at most three punches, I just don't think it's going to be enough to knock Joyce out. And Joyce is a very smart fighter, and he knows how to fight to his height. He knows how to fight tall. So if he wants to, he can hop out of range. He's not going to hop too quick because he is a stiff fighter. But he can get out of range eventually. If he's walking forward, Zhang catches him, he can get out of the way and kind of reset himself, and then continue to outpoint him. In my opinion, that's if he gets into trouble at all. Zhilei Zhang, I don't think he's got a one punch knockout in him against Joyce. Even though he's a fairly big puncher, he's definitely a big guy. I don't think he's knocking out Joyce with one punch. So, and Joyce knows that. So he'll take his chances coming forward and swinging, and just controlling the fight with a jab. And that's a very tiring way to fight. I mean, you're going to hear me say that a lot. In almost every video, I say like, it's very tiring to fight on your back foot. And especially in heavyweight division, when you're a guy like Zhilei Zhang, who doesn't have a good gas tank to begin with. He can say all he wants about, like, he says in a couple interviews, like, I just looked, I think he said it right before the Jerry Forrest fight, ironically enough. He said, you're going to think I'm tired out there because I breathed through my mouth the whole fight because he's got a deviated septum. And he said, I'm not tired. I just look tired. Dude, you were tired in that Jerry Forrest fight. We all saw you gas out. You knocked him down 3 times and arguably lost a decision. I think the fight ended up a draw because I had him at, I think, minus 1,000 for that fight. But, I just like, they are 2 technical fighters. And 2 technical fighters in the heavyweight division, I don't see a knockout coming. Or if I see a knockout coming for Joyce, I see it coming late. So you could still get the late round knockout in the round 11 or round 12. And you can still we could still win our bet. But I like it at plus 175. I think this line is inflated. It should be closer to a 50-50 for over 10.5 rounds. But it's inflated because, the sports books know that it's a heavyweight fight. Nobody's going to sit there and watch that fight and want to bet the over in that fight. So they got to give you good odds to bet the over. And that's what I think we're getting here. And like I said, Joyce, all you got to do is win, bro. You ain't got to knock nobody out. You did that in your last fight against Joseph Parker. So the point is proven. You can knock out a top 10 guy. You don't need to knock Zhilei Zhang out. All you need to do is win at this point. So I just think he can outpoint him. He's going to be way up on the cards late. So if he wants to turn on, he can. And yeah, maybe he gets the knockout. But like I said, it's a heavyweight division. There's no reason to do that. So I think he should just play it safe and just win the fight with his jab. I don't care how boring it is. I don't care how many tie-ups there are. All you need to do is win at this point. For both guys. Even if, what if, Zhang ends up, outpointing Joyce early and Joyce is, something's not working for him. Like, I just don't see the knockout coming in this fight unless Zhang completely gasses out from fighting off his back foot all night, which could happen. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, I like the over in this fight. I think Joyce just wins an easy decision. I'm gonna say I would hope they're fighting 12 rounds, but if they're not, I'm gonna say either way. I can't see Zhang winning more than 3 rounds. So I'll say 7-3 or 9-3, either way for Joyce. Walking away with an easy decision, maybe some swing rounds in there where there's just not a lot of action. But Joyce will be landing the cleaner shots because his jab lands. I just don't see the clean shots coming from Zhang, and I don't think he has a lot of paths of victory to this fight. So we'll see what happens, but Joyce should win this fight fairly easy. Let me know what you guys think.